Good evening, YouTube. Yeehaw! You would think I was from down south.
Well, kind of from
I
Tennessee.
kind of am from down south. Oh, this evening is a little bit early. I know the last live stream we did, we had said we were talking about doing it on Friday, but midweek I had 3 pippers out of that clutch, and I cut it midweek. I probably should have done an Instagram live on that just so you guys could seen it, but it was just really quick. Got that clutch out of the way. We can take a look at it. That clutch was a Enchi albino to a black pastel xanthic. So some double hets in the making. We did hit one ALS, so we did hit one black pastel Enchi, and it looks pretty crazy. I'm pretty pleased with the color profile that has come with that complex.
Yeah.
Hit a bunch of black pastel stuff. Yada yada yada. So we'll get into all that.
Yeah, we even got.
And then this evening we have 2 clutches that we are still going to cut. And we had first on the agenda is a pastel Redstripe yellow belly to a puzzle, and the other one is a GHI Redstripe to a McKenzie Enchi Fire yellow belly. So that should be pretty impactful as far as what's going to be in the mix there. Tonight's drink agenda, as you see in front of you, we have a couple different offerings. Matt has chosen to go with a cherry sour. This is something from a local brewery that is in the same town here, Firefly Hollow. This is a fantastic beer. I've had this before, and it has the what is that? I can't even.
Montemorency.
Blip, 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 cherries. Yeah, tart, very red, very good stuff. And then this is the first time I've had a sour mash. I've never had a sour mash before. I've had Michter's once previously, which was pretty good. And so tonight for myself, I'm going to be getting into a little bit of the sour mash. Yeah. Now the difference there is what defines it as a sour mash. So whenever you make a beer or you make a whiskey, one of the first processes is getting the sugars out of the grains, and that process, when they get it all mixed in, that slurry, whatever that recipe is of all those different grains into that pot, is called a mash. So on a sour mash, what they do with these whiskeys is they hold back a portion of a mash from the previous process. They let it ferment to a degree, and then that goes into the process for this. So it adds different flavors, different notes from that fermentation of that grain bill that comes over. So I don't know exactly what the mix is or what the percentage of sour mash is put into this, but that is the process that is used to make this defined as a sour mash.
Yeah, so thinking about it too, we actually have one other clutch we can get into. The black pewter to the blackhead red gene.
Yep.
They all shed out. They look phenomenal.
They do. We definitely have some baby snakes on the ground now that we can look at. And this week, I wouldn't call it viral, but I did post on Thursday a picture of the one of the orange snakes from the OD Extreme to Redstripe, and in a couple days, I'm just short of 1,400 likes, 75, 80 comments. That picture is doing really well. That snake is freaking phenomenal, so we will definitely take a look at that. And we have a bunch of people in the house that we need to do some shout outs at, seeing that you're looking at that screen.
All right.
Why don't you get at that?
All right. Northeast, Army Vet, Mason, 808 Balls, Dan, Titan, Blue Balls, Mark Gray.
Did you say Lou or Blue?
Lou. Yeah. Elite Exotics, Sunday Falcons, Points Pythons. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Ooh, did you steal some of my beer?
Nope.
You made a little leakage.
That's because you spilt
Mm-hmm.
you spilt a little there. I'll clean it up for you.
I can rewind the video and look.
Not right now. You can't. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
It's been a rough week, and we're gonna get into that in a minute too.
And Jim got his.
Yeah.
Start out with the. Well, I guess we go in order. Who's the?
I don't want to do that last though.
Well, I can do mine. Real quick.
Okay. We'll switch
and then
yours.
And then you can do all yours.
All right. I have no problem being behind the camera.
Oh, you're getting up like really close.
That's the way I do it.
I thought we were going to the table. All right, we got a normal. Looks fantastic. Great representation of a normal.
What does it carry?
Nothing.
There's no hets. There's no nothing involved in this pairing.
No hets.
Bro,
It's a normal. Okay. And I believe it is a female.
All right.
So
Let's get on to something else. So there were seven snakes in that clutch.
Yep. So these two are also females. So we got a black pastel, red jean. You get a little bit of the red tones, a little bit in the alien heads.
Het for super normal.
Right?
Yeah, you can definitely see
Flushing.
some of it. I'm going to bring it back to the stainless and see if some of that red comes out a little bit more.
And I'll bring the other one out so they're both the exact same snake. A little bit of shadow.
Yeah, that's a little better. Sorry, y'all. I'm just going to try to mess with these lights a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so, I mean, pretty classic black pastel, but you can definitely see some different undertones there. And that's what we believe that red jean is bringing to that black pastel.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look pretty good.
Yeah.
It seems to, just because of the pattern, where this one's a little more,
seems a little brighter too. So
yeah, this one's a little bit brighter than this one.
So yeah, hold them side by side. Oh, pretty
That's
darn close.
pretty close. Alien heads are a little different on the one in your hands compared to the one on the table. But yeah, from the side shot, those are pretty close.
And these are both females. And once they have enough meals, they'll be available.
Yeah, we're actually going to do this cutting tomorrow, but on the first clutch that we're going to take a look at, I had a pipper this morning, and then I got a second pip this just a little bit ago. So I didn't want a whole clutch of snakes that are out in the tub on you guys again. So we decided to go ahead and cut a day earlier.
All right, this is a male pastel blackhead red jean. So first we were thinking pastel blackhead, and then somebody actually had posted online a blackhead pastel red jean, and he looks identical to what they posted. So you get a lot of the dark tones from the blackhead.
But those alien heads are really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a color that's a little bit different than you don't usually see with black pastel. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Blackhead?
Blackhead, sorry.
Knew what you meant. Hold still. The belly's nice and white. Yeah, pastel blackhead red jean. Boy. And now into the holdbacks. This here is a black pastel blackhead, possible red jean. We're still kind of on the fence. We're not 100% sure. We think it's in there.
Thanks, Points. We appreciate that, really do.
But yeah, this is another girl. So, yeah, as you can see, the black pastel, the black head together really messes with those alien heads. You get them to where they really start to, I don't know, I guess kind of melt and become jagged, kind of go all over the place. Very dark. I'm looking forward to seeing what she looks like as she gets older. But yeah, black pastel, black head, possible Reggie.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the dark side, though. We're getting there.
Oh.
Buckle that seatbelt, brother.
Another one of my holdbacks.
Matt's getting holdback happy.
Well, the other one is Jim's holdback, but this is my last holdback from the clutch.
Thanks, Northeast.
Now,
You ready for some darkness? The darkness. The darkness. Of course, Matt brings the snake in backwards.
I could have flipped it on. Boom.
What you got here, brother?
This is a... Oh, yeah, so the other one is a red jean. The other one is black pastel, blackhead. This is a black pastel, blackhead, red jean. What the red jean does...
Oh, you can see what the red jean does.
Look at those alien heads on the side. They just become all connected.
And look how dark.
And it is.
Look how black that is. That is jet freaking black. Jet black.
And this is a male. So he's gonna put his work in down the road.
Can you hold him so we can see that stripe? Yeah, look at that.
Look how connected that
is. Just crazy.
That is.
And then the other side, if we can, yeah, same on the other side. Just ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. A fantastic animal. It just like
and just
dark.
Clean. Nothing on the belly whatsoever.
Thanks, 808.
And
appreciate that, brother.
He's got this kind of
a little bit of a ringer-ish going on there. And we don't know if that's just, from
the combo.
Or if there's actually something said with maybe a little bit of pie floating around.
Red jean is fake news.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I like that, Lou.
But yeah, so this is a male, black pastel, blackhead, red jean. Now, I'm going to keep that one there. And
so what are we going to do here? We're going to add one more gene?
We're going to add one more gene. This is Jim's holdback.
And we're adding pastel to this.
So pastel is being added to the mix, so it's going to be a black pewter, blackhead, red jean. What? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Like, that is the...
How crazy.
I know I had stated in my videos, or in the videos before, not a huge fan of the black pewter stuff. It does certain things, but this...
is the first.
Whoo!
Yeah.
This is insane. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
All right, then.
Yeah.
And again, ringer-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it just kind of, the pattern just kind of like falls away there.
Yeah, that's here we go.
So I don't know if that, again, kind of in the same spot on the other snake. So I don't know if that's a combo of genes that kind of does that. Yeah, and then it all comes back in the tail.
Yeah. But then you look at the head, or the neck, still the same.
Lot, very, very similar. Yeah, awesome animal.
Same side.
Yeah, super reduced.
And it's getting darker on top. Like when she was born, it was light gray up here, and it's getting darker.
Yeah, very, very light gray, almost silver, and she's darkening up quite a bit. And this one was pretty black right from the beginning. So
right.
Yeah, super, super pleased with this clutch. Didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, like that crazy of a clutch. And when all the snakes came out, it was like,
we were mind blown. Like Mason, or not Mason, but Points Python said, mind blown.
Yeah, Lou, for a relatively, a 3-gene combo, 4-gene combo, dude, I'm really digging this.
Yeah.
And the darkness on top of it, stack some leopard in there or GHI in there, or mahogany in there, and see what happens. Like, holy cow!
And I guarantee you, down the road, this boy is going to see mahogany for sure.
Maybe not this season, next season.
Yeah, it'll be a couple of years down the road probably. But yeah, that's the black pewter to the blackhead red jean clutch.
All right.
Now it's gym stuff.
Yeah. So we're gonna do
Some more craziness.
3 clutches backwards. So we're gonna do the double het clutch that I cut midweek. Then we'll get into the adder clutch that you guys have seen, and finally we'll get into that OD Extreme clutch with the crazy orange snake. The Enchi Het Clown stuff is deep in shed, so we won't get into that too much. But I'll bring these over so they're a little bit easier to look at, and we can zip through these real quick.
Was also talking about like HRA. Possibly.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely brings like a whole different level of or type of darkness.
Yeah.
So we're going to start from the bottom up. Again, this is a double het female, het for albino and SK Xanthic. This is another double het female.
Super clean.
Yeah, they look good.
And they are chunky.
Yeah, they definitely look like there's something else going on with them, and that something else is the doubles. And then this will be really quick. Black pastel.
Yeah, so you can see the difference between this black pastel and the others that we showed.
Yeah, the double hats really bring in some differences, and there's definitely a color change variant. We were very strong on the black pastel stuff. Again,
Yeah.
you'll see a lot of moisture and water on the table, just because these guys are in a very damp tub. This one here, this is a female. You can see a lot of egg yolk still in the belly from midweek, but she's very, very bright.
She is compared to the rest.
Compared to the other ones, and I'm not sure why that is. I mean, even the head pattern is very different. You get those heads over there. It's a little bit of a shade lighter. You may not even be able to see that there, but body color is definitely different. And I'm not sure why that is, to be honest. There's really nothing else in the mix that we're aware of. Just black pastel Xanthic to an Enchi albino. So, these guys are all black pastel. Nothing else that we know that's going on.
That is crazy. They have that many black pastels.
Yeah, there's 5 of them, and we're going to look at the 5th one.
Yes, we are working with SK.
Yep, this is all SK. And this, my friends, is the snakes get heavy, and they try to get away. We'll put them right there. This is a black pastel Enchi double het.
So everything this should produce should be half black pastel and half Enchi.
Yep. So black pastel cinnamon is allelic with Enchi. So nice hitting this ALS, act like super. As when this animal goes to breed, everything that it breeds to, when it goes to produce offspring, will either be one or the other. It'll either be black pastel or it'll be Enchi. It cannot reproduce itself. But look at that nice orange colors.
Yeah. Like I was telling Jim about the snow stuff. I'm really hoping the black pastel can really bring out some pattern in the snows.
Yeah. This one just looks awesome. And I think this was a male. I forget.
I think that was a girl, right? Oh no,
that was
definitely a boy.
That was a boy.
Yeah, definitely a boy.
So that'll be the primary holdback for myself.
Well, the great thing is I have a black pastel mahogany albino that I'm pairing this year to Xanthic stuff. So if we can get mahogany on the other side and produce some black pastel mahogany snows, that could be crazy.
Yeah, ALS, act like super, 808 was saying. So a super form, for if there's anybody on here that's not aware what a super form is, if you take a yellow belly, which kind of looks normalish, it has some, it has some flames, some checkering on the belly, that kind of thing, but all intents and purposes can be very hard to detect from a normal ball python. You put 2 of those together and it makes almost a white snake. That is considered a super, an ALS combination. So the Enchi and the black pastel, or Enchi and cinnamon, will do the same thing. If you hit that super, that ALS, you get a little bit reactive, not too much. You get good color or whatever. But when it breeds, everything is either going to be one or the other. Where you have the ivory or the super yellow belly, when it breeds, everything will be yellow belly. So slightly different because there's two different genes, but they're on the same allele, and yeah, whatever. So on to the adder clutch. We have a normal. So this pairing was a normal to a spider banana adder. So we were looking to kind of get the spider out of that combo and really kind of hold on to the ones that don't have spider in it. So that's a normal. These guys are really starting to go into shed here, and they look a little dry. This is a spider. There's another spider, which these guys look pretty good now. No crazy wobbles or corkscrewing out of the egg. They look pretty solid. Sometimes that neurological deficit will develop with time. They may be good for 6 months, a year, and then start developing some corkscrewing and different things. But most of them tend to feed well, breed well.
Yep.
This is an adder. That's a female. She's a holdback. She's going to hang out here. We have this one here. This is an adder spider. So I'll bring one of the spiders back out. You can look at them side by side and see the difference.
Look at that.
The adder takes away that dorsal stripe and just leaves you with all this darkness. Adder is a black back gene, as you can see all this dorsal striping coming down here. So with the spider, it just kind of pulls some of that back.
Everybody wants to escape.
Yeah, these guys are really active.
All over the place.
Yeah. Second holdback is this one here. This is a male banana adder. So you can see that black back still continuing. Same kind of pattern, with just the banana layered over the top. Now, this male is a male maker, but he did happen to make a female, and it happened to be a replica of Dad. So this is a spider banana adder, and this is a female. So this female will be available, and the other adder spider female will be available, and the other spiders in the normal.
Points Python was saying he's been looking to get into adder.
Dude, this is my first clutch. The male was, so the male eats well, but he's very picky when he breeds, and he was of weight and age last year. We could have bred him. We tried to breed him, and he wouldn't breed. Yeah. So this was the first clutch that we got from him on his, third year. He's like 3 years old.
3, yeah, something like that. Yep. I wouldn't mind seeing that in with the black pastel, blackhead stuff either.
Oh, dude, absolutely, it'll look good. And already, just it's one of those genes that's new, relatively new, not worked with a lot. I mean, a few people have it, but there's not been a lot done with it. It's been put into some incomplete stuff, but it's really not been done anything recessive with. So
yeah, nothing crazy,
there's a whole world to be had with the adder gene. So if you are thinking about getting into it, I would say jump in both feet. It's relatively easy to identify, so even if you get into it early on, you're going to easily be able to identify your adders from your normals and that kind of thing, and it's not going to be, you're not going to be tripping out like the Jopa. Is another one that we picked up and has been a very, very challenging gene to identify on its own and with certain genes. So I have it with Enchi and stuff, and I can't really see a difference, and I have multiple clutches with Enchi and Jopa and just haven't been able to see much. All right, we're gonna get on.
I haven't even gotten to egg cutting yet. I'm almost done with my beer.
Wow, that's a miracle. So we're gonna don't go over there yet. I'll bring them out. So
we'll keep aim down here.
Oh, they can look at me. I don't care about that.
But,
so this, true, I'm not that handsome a guy. So this clutch is a little perplexing on a couple levels. She laid 8 eggs. They all had veins. They were all very weak veins. We lost 4 eggs probably within the first 3 weeks of incubation. So I tossed it. 3 of them were really bad. They were like jet black. So I tossed those. I kept the 4th one, and we got down there, and we went to cut the eggs. You can go back. You can watch that video. That one was garbage. There was another one that was garbage. So we had 3 that kind of looked halfway decent. The 3rd egg I cut, and there was a baby in there, but it was dead. It didn't develop all the way. So I was left with 2 eggs, and I'm like, what could I possibly get out of 2 eggs out of an 8-egg clutch? So it started really, really horrific.
Yeah.
So we started cutting, and so Mom is an Orange Dream Extreme gene. Now, I picked this girl up from Ken Masick before he announced the extremist stuff. So my thought was maybe it could be extremist, and I might get lucky and prove out with the tri-stripe. And if I didn't, I was okay with that because I wanted OD in the tri-stripe anyway, so I was fine with making hets. So we did the pairing, and I was just fingers crossed that maybe it was the extremist. It's hard to tell now with just 2 eggs, so I will have to do this pairing again next year. But that said, Mom is an OD extreme and has never looked like either one of these. I've made extremes in last year, like 2 clutches of them, and in the single gene form, they have not looked like this animal we're about to look at. And the next animal that we'll look at does not look like Mom at all. So I've been in contact with several different people that are truly reliable and trustworthy, and the thought process now, at least at this point, that we're going to have to prove out is that tri-stripe may be allelic with extreme. Recessive, allelic with an incomplete. So we'll see what happens with that. That's something for future thought and way down the road kind of stuff. But we're going to take a look at this first animal. So this should be normal. Could be extreme. It does have like kind of a fat dorsal stripe-ish, but extreme gene typically has a lot more striping on the dorsal.
Not spots.
Not spots. Really wide, which we have the width up here, but I don't have the striping. And if that's the case, I've never seen a normal with 3 dots on the back of its head.
Yeah, right.
And when we start, when we start looking at the side profile of this animal in the color, how much white is coming up into
and the alien heads aren't even...
Yeah, peach alien heads. They're all peach.
They're not even the shape of like what would be on a normal.
Correct. The shapes are different. So, it doesn't have the telltale markers for tri-stripe. Well, maybe that would be a marker for tri-stripe, that elongated thing. I know it's 100% because the male that bred this female is a visual tri. So I'm perplexed. I'm not sure what this is. It doesn't look extreme gene to me.
It's the OD extreme to the tri-stripe.
Yep. Orange Dream extreme gene to a tri-stripe. So this is 100% het, but it's expressing something. I'm just not sure what it is. It's not Orange Dream. It's not extreme.
You may have to breed them to your other extreme and see if the same thing happens.
Well, that's the plan this coming season. So we have a WTF animal right here.
We have a couple of WTF animals.
Yeah. So the
this one's even more of a WTF.
Yeah, for sure. So again, having Mom as an Orange Dream Extreme, she is not het for anything that I'm aware of. When she showed up, she looked good. She looked pretty classic OD, but did not look anything like this. This animal is off the chain. The orange, the yellow. This is a week later, and she's starting to go into shed and still looks this good.
Lou was asking if the dots on the head are tri markers.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know that to be a marker for tri-stripe.
Exactly, Masons. Totally. He's on, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Lou.
Yeah.
Like he definitely had some blessing on the 2 eggs that I had to cut. Yeah, it's almost the same color. It's actually more orange than Matt's beer. It's ludicrous. Like I just don't know, and there's nothing that really explains it other than if tri-stripe and say extreme gene are allelic. So I do believe this is an OD extreme. We have really fat dorsal stripe, good striping here.
Yep.
It's that clearly Orange Dream.
You got the melting a little bit at the tail.
And then there's tracks. OD is known for tracks too. You get all the tracks on the belly. So it's definitely Orange Dream. It's definitely Extreme Gene.
Maybe just hitting a high intensity, maybe.
Well, that's my thought. Is that this is probably a high intensity OD Extreme het tri with some kind of allelic reaction. Because this looks like us. It looks better than a super OD. And typically the high intensities, they look close, but they're not quite as clean. They're not quite as vibrant. This thing only has like 4 or 5 spots in the alien heads on the whole animal, and there's not a bit of noise or dirtiness anywhere.
Get that head out here.
So,
yeah, burnt orange for sure. Let's just get nice and close. Just kind of go down this body a little bit. I want to see that in tri-stripe. Oh, for sure.
It's coming, brother. It is coming.
And like that blush mark, like the blush.
Yeah, in the dorsal is still really, really orange.
It's like the head matches.
Yeah, all of that. So when it shed, now if you imagine this thing's going to shed and look better, dude, like craziness. And this is a male, so working this into the tri-stripe stuff is going to come a lot sooner than if it was a female.
Right, Lou. That thing is only going to get better as it sheds and sheds and sheds.
Yeah, and the next to 500 to 1,000 grams, this thing is maybe not 1,000 grams as a male, but 500 to 700 grams. This thing is going to be ludicrous.
Fingers crossed to hit a visual tri-stripe you can put it to.
Whew! That's what I'm saying. Those are coming too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's it for clutch updates.
That's the refresher of what's going on in the past.
Of course, we'll still have our recorded videos for each and every single clutch.
Yeah, so with that said, I apologize. I missed.
Mason says it makes his OD snakes look lame.
Sorry, bro. It makes all my OD snakes look lame too. So with that said, those Tuesday videos we missed this week. My mom went into the hospital. She had, it was the craziest thing. So like Wednesday of last week, she had a little pimple on a toe, not that big a deal. Went to the store, came back, it was a blister. We looked at it and said, just watch that. The next day, it was like a full eruption with like oozing and all kinds of stuff. She went to MedHelp, and they on Thursday, and they said, oh, just go take these antibiotics. You'll be fine, whatever. They sent her home. Didn't tell us what happened from Wednesday into Thursday. And then Monday, my daughter went over to that side of the house to do something for her. and saw her toe. Was like, ah, oh my God! And went and grabbed my wife and looked at it, and she sent me a picture, and I'm like, yep, straight to the ED. And now what's disturbing is the toe looked the exact same as it did on Thursday, and MedHelp sent her home instead of sending her to the ED. Well, the long story short, she's been in the hospital all week. She just came home today. So she went in on Monday, came home today, and she had her toe amputated this morning. So it's been quite a bit of a roller coaster this week. I was dragging my feet and shooting videos, as I typically do. And when all this rolled out, I was planning to do everything on Monday and get it posted out. And, well, then obviously none of that happened. So she is home. She is good, minus one toe, and pain-free, and doing well as of right now. But this week has been crazy, and we've not really been able to get too much done. And that's that's just the priority. You know what I mean? Everything else just kind of goes by the wayside, and you deal with your priorities, and you got to do what you got to do. So that's why we haven't had any videos until today. But now we're going to cut eggs.
Oh
yeah. Dude, from Wednesday to Thursday to have a full eruption and then to lose a toe is crazy. So the diagnosis was gout, a really bad eruption of gout, and she's never had it before. So you just never know what you're going to get dealt. So to hesitate and when something looks severe and not go to the emergency room can be a grave mistake. I fully believe the MedHelp sent her directly to the ED, they may have been able to save the toe.
Well, now that she knows gout, now she knows certain foods to stay away from, and
yeah, but you've never had that before. You're not going to eat that way. You're not going to have that mindset if you don't have that condition. So that's never going to be on the palate, so to speak. And yeah, I mean, she's going to have to do that for future, but
right. Yeah,
she could have saved her toe had they sent her right off the bat to the emergency department. So.
Yeah.
So the first clutch we're going to look at is the Pastel Redstripe Yellow Belly to a puzzle. So we're not really stacking a lot of genes per se. But we are definitely building to the puzzle future for us here anyway.
Yeah.
So we had a couple pippers here,
and everybody knows puzzle is definitely my thing.
Yeah.
I love the puzzle.
This is kind of Matt's wheelhouse. I stole his mail, and I put him to one of my girls to kind of accelerate that process.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going to put it to the Pastel Yellow Belly Redstripe. And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure.
No, Lou. No gangrene at all. It was just, gout is usually a condition that affects the joints. In this particular case, it was between the joint and the foot, so that first toe knuckle, and it erupted so bad that it forced... It's not really pus, because when the gout stuff erupts, it's a little different, like cheesy texture. It pushed it right up the skin, and it was just oozing out the skin. It was kind of really disgusting.
Yeah.
And I look at this stuff every day.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a little different. It was definitely not gangrene, but it had impacted part of the bone and gotten into some of the bone in just a few days. So they wanted to err on the side of caution and take the toe, as opposed to having it running back through the body, becoming systemic, and having further issues down the road. So
right.
Absolutely we'll take the toe. Yeah, I love this shirt. So I get all my poly tats I've gotten in Hawaii. And my tattoo brother is Sweet Dreams Tattoo, or Mr. Clean Tat, the number 2. I had him redo our logo in poly, and then we thickened some of the lines because his detail work is so tight, so thin,
fine, yeah.
That it wouldn't print out really good. So we had to thicken it a little bit, and then we put it on shirts. And yeah, I absolutely love this shirt. This is by far my favorite design. And we're going to cut eggs right now.
Eggs.
All right, they're hiding. They don't have their head out. So we're going to start over here.
We're gonna start with the ones that haven't pipped.
That's right. As I say that, he sticks his head out.
This shirt is amazing balls. Amaze balls.
What? Amaze balls.
You need to come up for a breath of air.
And we have a het puzzle. No red stripe. Doesn't look yellow belly to me, at least off the bat. There's some flames there.
There's something going on.
So maybe that might be a yellow belly. That could be yellow belly. I don't know. I'm not really good at identifying stuff in the egg. I call stuff out like I know what I'm talking about, but I really don't.
And then it comes out of the egg and he's like, yep, I was definitely not right with that one.
Yeah. So, het puzzle. Possible yellow belly.
Got some crazy granulation going on the sides.
Yeah, it is pretty dirty. And there's a fair bit of flames. Like even here, you can see the little flames coming up in between. Yeah. So there's a lot of that going on. So that very well may be a yellow belly het puzzle. Ooh. We want red stripe and yellow belly for sure.
I'd be more than happy to take a pastel yellow belly red stripe. And that's probably it right there.
That's probably a pastel yellow belly. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's red stripe or not.
Yeah, it could be the het puzzle that's affecting it to make it look that
for sure.
extremely clean.
That's either a pastel or a pastel yellow belly. Het.
Pastel,
oh yeah, look at that!
Right.
Look at that! That's not just pastel. That thing. Well, it could be with the het puzzle. That is screaming.
Yeah. Northeast said pastel red stripe.
All right. We'll take it if that's the case.
Yeah, that thing is screaming. That thing is bright. And it is not even out of the egg yet. Not as bright as that orange snake, but
no,
definitely bright and clean.
Red stripe? Yep, red stripe.
Well, that may be.
No.
Nope, that's definitely dirtier over there.
This looks red stripe. Shape?
Oh, Northeast says, nope, I'm taking the red stripe back. Yeah, on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be a red stripe het puzzle. Now, if you're keeping eggs, look at all the mold on this. Right? I mean, this one looks pretty nasty.
Nothing discolored on it, really, though.
Not discolored, but you can see all these little growths and of crap. Look at that one. That is it.
And this was the first one to pip.
Yeah, this was the first one to pip.
It's got a cut hole there, one there, over there.
This one's cutting all over the place, and he just
one's out of the egg.
Yeah.
And one's out bad.
Yeah, red stripe yellow belly.
Is orange belly underrated when compared to yellow belly?
Yeah, that's definitely red stripe yellow belly. Look at that flame. That's insane. Big old fat alien heads. Yeah, Bubby.
You know, there's a couple people that I know that work with the orange belly. They actually prefer the orange belly over the yellow belly with some of the combinations. So I guess it all depends on what you're putting it in, what you're working with.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's in that complex, in the yellow belly complex. I'm not familiar with it too much. I know it does different stuff.
Northeast was like, yep, red stripe, yellow belly. Well, I know which one Jim's keeping.
Yeah, that one right there.
And I will more likely go with that one. Because that one is just stupid clean.
Yeah, that looks good.
Don't care, male, female, whatever. I'll take whatever. And the next clutch is?
So this is the GHI red stripe to the McKenzie Fire Enchi yellow belly.
You guys see a theme here?
So last year this male was bred as a McKenzie Fire, which is how he was purchased, and we produced some ivories with him and some Enchi stuff with him. So this ought to be nice surprise that you end up with 2 extra genes, not just 1, but 2 extra genes. So we're going to look at these guys. Now, the clutch that we just just looked at had pipped a couple days early, which leaves this clutch like 3 days out. They're very, very dimpled. I can feel snakes in there. I'm pretty sure we'll probably still have some egg yolk in there, but here we are.
Army Vet, we kind of suck. We plan to bring down adults down here when we do these, and we keep forgetting because all of our stuff is upstairs. This is our baby room.
Yeah, so this year, this used to be a 1-car garage that was underneath, and it was really just a collection area for my family. I had shelving and different things here, so we gutted a lot of that. We have a countertop now. We have the racks down here. So this is an incubator and hatchling room, and then where we used to do the videos is still upstairs. That's where all the adults are. We'll have to do some live streams where we're upstairs and we can go through like last year's holdbacks and stuff like that, and just kind of more relaxed. We're not worried about cutting eggs and stuff, but we can definitely do that.
He was wondering what the McKenzie does. He wanted to see what the McKenzie does.
Okay, well we can still do that.
Do we have McKenzie something down here?
I do. I just gotta find him. Here we go.
Oh, well, you're in luck, Army Vet.
So,
and according to the name, I'm assuming you're an Army Vet, so thanks for your service.
This is a male that I have that is available. This is a McKenzie Orange Dream.
Let me back up here. There we go. There's the color.
Yeah. So this guy has, really nice color now. Lots through the. It may even be fire. As well. Was there fire in this pairing?
Well, the dad, right? McKenzie Enchi fire.
No. He was a McKenzie Enchi, McKenzie. Yeah, fire. Yep. So there may be fire in here as well. But he gives a lot of this like wacky pattern. There's no Enchi in here.
Kind of get like grainy look.
Yeah, it just really whacks stuff out. When this gets mixed with GHI, it just goes bonkers. So hopefully we hit some of the McKenzie GHI stuff. I would love to see a McKenzie GHI Redstripe.
Yeah, because the GHI Redstripe we have upstairs is dumb.
Yeah, she's amazing. So this is at least a McKenzie OD.
And to answer your question, Lou, about the scissors, those are actually scissors used in like OR settings. So they're medical grade type scissors. You can find them on eBay.
Yeah, so if you're getting stuff on eBay, I believe these are Jarrett's. Oh no, this is MyTech's. So I don't know if that'll pick up, but this is a MyTech, MITEX. This is a premium stainless steel, German stainless steel. These things are fantastic. They hold an edge forever. This is the only pair that I've ever cut eggs with, and they're still razor blade sharp. You can unscrew them. You can sharpen them yourself, or you can send them out, have them sharpened or whatever. But these are called a Mayo scissor. So you would be looking for a MyTech Mayo, MAYO, straight scissor. Yeah. Fantastic scissor. All right, we're going to get in it.
All right. I'm going to go GHI Redstripe McKenzie. Or something really crazy.
Who the fuck knows?
Maybe Redstripe.
Yeah, it's Redstripe GHI blah blah something. Like look at that.
Wow, look at that. Let me see if I can get
It's
in there.
just nuts.
Sorry, the microphone's kind of added touch to our.
I would say this is. Yeah, I almost want to say this is McKenzie. It kind of looks it to me.
Yeah, it's kind of causing that funky look in the pattern.
Yeah, that's just wild right there.
That's an awesome snake right there.
Yeah. So yeah, GHI. Maybe not GHI.
Yeah, maybe other. So maybe Redstripe, McKenzie.
I mean, it could be the Redstripe changing all around.
Maybe Fire, because the dorsal stripe's
Yeah,
pretty bright.
yeah. Fire, Redstripe,
McKenzie.
Yellow belly. Yeah, that's a good first. That's a good first cut.
We'll find out once it's out of the egg.
Yeah, but you go back to these 4. Look how big those freaking snakes are.
Yeah, these eggs are big old chunky.
They're
things.
monsters.
You
And
go
then
to
you
this
go to this one. It's tiny, and you know, put my finger there so you can get a, you know.
It's probably maybe
And
the
then
width of his finger.
Put my finger here.
It's like 2 widths. It's like double the size.
Yeah, at least double the size. All right, so here we go.
McKenzie?
I don't know, fire something. It's dark though.
It is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Fire something. I'm digging this clutch so far though, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it does, man. Especially that one. That's just dumb.
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing that and I'm like picturing in my mind other genes that could be added to it.
Yeah. And you have to remember too here that though, that at this point when you're cutting eggs, usually you've got 2 or 3 more weeks before a lot of the color comes in. So you can look at stuff here and it's going to look decent and you might get some telltales, but a lot of the color is not going to come in until, I mean, from like usually from like when you cut the egg until right before they shed, the amount of color change that happens within those animals is crazy. So that first 10 days is insane.
Northeast the same, probably GHI Fire with that one. That's a McKenzie.
Oh, this is definitely McKenzie Fire something.
Yep.
It's just like it gets, you know, a lot of this stuff I haven't made. We're venturing out into a new world of genetics, you know, that are stacked together here, and I didn't even know what to expect, to be honest. But I can't get over how dark it is, because everything in the mix other than GHI are lightning or brightening genes.
Well, it definitely could be the GHI that's giving that dark effect.
I would agree, but the alien heads to me don't scream GHI unless the stack of everything else has done other stuff. It's not just fire. It's got to be something else that's doing all that, in my humble opinion. All right, so this egg is really tight. And there's like another one.
Another craziness.
Fire Redstripe. Something. That's a Fire Redstripe something. Yeah. And I think that's the common 2 genes in these 3 animals is Fire and Redstripe.
Yeah.
To give that tone, that color. And there's definitely some different stuff going on because it's a little darker in one than the other.
Right.
Different patterns in this one. So there's definitely a bunch of different stuff going on. It's nice that with 6 eggs that there's a fair bit of variety of what's going on. GHI Fire Northeast is saying.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah.
This one is a little taut as well. Not quite, I mean, it's dark, but not quite like the other one, but pretty similar.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yeah. And there's just a few veins left, not a lot. So for this egg to be that tight with all that juice, I would have expected it to be.
So those 2 look very
similar-ish in color tone, but pattern looks very different.
Yeah.
That's the other 3 that I'm really interested in. And then
let's see what we get in the last
egg. So again, McKenzie, Enchi, Fire, Yellow Belly to GHI Redstripe. Oh,
That's got to be.
that's GHI.
I wonder if that's everything.
That's definitely GHI.
Like it's
I don't
totally
know. I don't
blue
know
in
that
the
that's
pattern, like,
yeah, but that's not. I don't know that that's everything. There's look at that orange dot. You see that? Can you grab that on camera?
Got it. Yeah.
That orange dot right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is definitively GHI Redstripe. Looks a lot like Mom, but then there's something else going
other
on
stuff
here.
going
Fire, yellow belly.
Definitely yellow belly.
Yeah, I don't see Enchi. I don't see McKenzie. So I don't know. That will be another very interesting animal to see come out of the egg.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm short of words for how we've done so far this year.
Yeah, this stuff's crazy.
I mean, we've hit really well here, and once they come out and I get a good look at them, we very well may have hit the whole Monty in this one.
Yep.
We didn't hit the whole Monty here, but that's okay because I didn't necessarily want the pastel with the red stripe yellow belly. So I'll take the red stripe yellow belly het puzzle. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
You know, if that's just pastel, that's probably one of the best pastels I've
produced.
seen
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
But again, when you look at pastel with a het puzzle, excuse me, and you have one,
But they don't know.
they don't look like normal pastels.
Yeah, but that even looks better than the ones that I have.
It's early. There's, we've got a lot of color and a lot of other stuff that's going to come in over the next, 10 days before they go to shed and stuff. So, I mean, that could change a fair bit, but
Because even the possets that I produced,
yeah. Yep.
that looks better.
Yep. I know. I don't disagree. And it could have yellow belly in it. We'll have to look at it. It doesn't necessarily look like it along the
If
belly
it's
lines.
it would be awesome. Like I'd be happy with like a pastel red stripe if it happened to have it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see when it. The alien heads don't look quite blocked enough.
Yeah.
I mean, look how big when you come over here and you look at those.
Yeah,
That's pretty
those, yeah.
standard. They're tight. Over here, these are really wide, really kind of blocked off. A lot of blushing. The red stripes I produced last year that were het clown did not have the blushing like this.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure this has yellow belly in it.
Yeah. Northeast was saying red stripe yellow belly on
Yeah, for sure. But it looks fantastic. If that's a pastel, that's the most ridiculous pastel I've ever seen. That will be a yellow belly. You can see the blushing there.
As awesome as that is, I already have pastel, so I may end up going. I don't have
yellow belly.
I don't have yellow belly and puzzle yet, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
There could be a possibility in a clutch coming down the road.
Or this clutch right here.
Yep.
And then I just, the chocolate. These almost look like hypos. I mean, that almost looks like a hypo. And neither one of them are het for hypo that I'm aware of.
Right.
I mean, the female came from Justin, and it's not even a percentage of hypo. So
Yeah, you got some time for colors still to fill.
yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's early. They're young, and they're going to have a whole bunch more of that pigmentation that's going to come in. Definitely fire, red stripe. I can see fire, red stripe easily.
Oh, hey Rick, welcome.
Probably yellow belly. I'm sure they don't want to look at my forehead.
Sorry, I was staring at the computer.
So fire, red stripe. So the pairing on this clutch was a GHI red stripe to a McKenzie fire Enchi yellow belly. So we're just kind of re-eyeballing some of these to see where we're at, and I can see fire here. I can see red stripe. I'm pretty sure there's yellow belly in there.
Looks fire-ish.
There may be something else.
Not too much, Rick. Season's going good so far.
Yeah. Hitting everything that we're trying to hit so far. So I absolutely have no complaints. This is a pastel red stripe yellow belly to a puzzle So all these will be het puzzle.
Over here, you mean?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So pastel, red stripe, yellow belly to a puzzle, and the other one was a GHI red stripe to McKenzie Enchi fire yellow belly. So no normals. That's a bonus. And just a whole bunch of craziness going on.
Yeah, for that itty bitty tiny red stripe, man, she gives you some chunky old babies.
Yeah, I agree. She's not really a honking girl, but like those are some big snakes compared to these over here. So
ones,
yeah, for sure. Woo! Well, that does us at about an hour. Thanks, Lou. I really appreciate it. I do thank everybody for showing up today for all our cuttings, this cutting and the ones in the past. Like I love doing these live videos and cutting this stuff with you guys and being able to share that experience. We really try to get the camera lens right down in there so you can see what we're cutting when we cut it. I know there's a lot of egg cutting videos out there, and you're like, I can't see anything. You're too far away. And I feel the same way when I watch them. So we try extra hard to kind of bring you guys right down into it. That's really it. We took a look at all the previous clutches. We cut these two, and it looks like Thursday.
If they don't pip early.
Yeah, if they don't pip too early, it looks like Thursday will be the next cutting, and we'll have 2 more clutches to cut for you guys on Thursday. And hold on.
It's the Super Mojave.
It will be a Super
Mojave.
Yeah, so it'll be a Super Mojave pin, possible super pin to a puzzle. So again, more of the puzzle stuff going on. And then the other one is a pastel leopard ivory pied to an asphalt het pied. So freeway combo pieds. Hopefully in the mix, there should be a pretty epic cutting on both accounts. Maybe not visually on the Super Mojave, but with everything being het puzzle, like you just can't go wrong with those. And if you haven't seen the Mojave puzzles, definitely go look those up and go check them out. They are badass, for sure.
Yeah, Savage Skulls. Super Pin does exist. You don't really see a difference between Pin and Super Pin, maybe a slight variance. But it is out there. We actually have a Super Pin in-house. She produced pinstripes in every single baby last year. So we're keeping fingers crossed that this Super Mojave pin turns out to be Super Pin, because then everything will be jigsaw.
She's related. Yeah, she's related to that other female. So the chance is there for her to be Super Pin. But with the Super Mojave, it's really hard to tell.
You can't see it.
I mean, it's hard to tell without the Super Mojave in there,
right?
To begin with. So when you make it an all-white snake, it becomes even more challenging. So theoretically, she's at least pinstripe because she has no color on her head. It is stark white. Typically, Super Mojaves have like a grayish tone to their head. So I do think that the pinstripe is impacting the color profile there. And because her sister turned out to be Super Pin, it's in the mix. It was a jigsaw to a jigsaw. So Mojave pinstripe to a Mojave pinstripe way back initially. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what these eggs bring us. And maybe, she's a Super Mojave Super Pin.
And if you can hit jigsaws on every egg, that'll
awesome. Work. But definitely go check out those Mojave puzzles, man. That is one
crazy
killer animal. But with that, I think I'm done. Are you done?
Yeah, Northeast is saying you have his attention with the freeways.
Excellent. I like having your attention. Have a drink on us, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Peace.
How would you do that?
See us on the next video?
Yeah, I'll see you on the next video. But I don't know how they're going to have a drink on us. That just kind of...
Yeah, that just kind of
came out. It sounded good, but, I'm not paying everybody to have a drink, so...
We can go with that, Northeast. Cheers.
Peace.